First, people answer themselves to the question, who am I? Then, what do I do? And of course, what do I have? But the matter of questions is, what am I going to get in the end? It's a whole cycle of life between these questions, right? A cycle that can stretch for an indefinitely long time. Rational people have learned to put these 4 questions in a row within the framework of a single business plan. They've taught it to other people who have a much harder time seeing what it's all about. But really, what am I going to get in the end? It is a question for all people in general, and it always has been. Let's first discuss how rational people see this. We could hear the statements many times. I work for the result. We do not hunt for sleepers. Many coaching programs have been developed there on how to reach the goal for economists, reformers, politicians, marketers, entrepreneurs, managers, and even doctors are now studying business administration programs to be able to reach the goal. What is the goal? The one that looks best to them. And that creates drama because different people see their best goals in different ways. Someone happens to be fired from the companies they founded. And some talented children become outcasts in their families. It makes a difference between goal and purpose. Successful rational people formulate the secret to their success, as Mark Zuckerberg did, set purposes and give others a sense of purpose. Understanding what needs to be made to sense is already a great achievement for rational people, although this does not guarantee that they can weigh on the scales of intuition the impact that the symphony they have created has on others. Intuitively, people understand that goals can be material, but they can be outside the material world. How then to define these goals and how to let other people sense or feel them so that they become friends along the way to the goal? To understand, there is no other way than to define exactly who I am, what I do and what I definitely do not do, what I have and what I definitely do not have, again and again. Each who does this writes a book every year as a self-report to rethink to what extent he remains himself and how the content of what he has changes. For now, it is a line of 28 books. He also devoted a lot of attention to what he does and whether he does it right. It took 50 years, the formation and verification of his methodology. An intuitive person, if he really wants to get something, must develop a whole technology of intuitive work, which will definitely not be inferior to rational control technologies. The Holy Ascetics said, look at the end of your life. It will teach you everything. Ethical people who value relationships above all, answering the question, what do I want to get in the end? Answer, happiness. For other people, this may seem strange, because it begs the question, is happiness the goal of life, or is happiness participatory in a process that leads rather to success in a relationship? You may also have heard Richard Branson repeatedly say that he is successful because he is happy, not the other way around. He said that his brand is a family business. And also he's saying, you have to have fun when you make for people, then people will have fun using your product. Many marketing studies eventually lead to the understanding that people only want to bring a product into their home and pay for it if it results in happy feeling. Everything that brings misfortune or just distracts from happiness gets thrown out of the houses, cultures, civilization in the end. Think about it while defining who am I and what do I do, and it will lead you to the appropriate idea of what you are going to get in the end. Okay, let's look at things in an emotional, practical way. What do you want to get if not wealth? Respect, satisfaction with your life work. A strong home and a family. Don't emotionally practical people think that the most reliable acquisition is earthly possessions, visible to the eye and tangible to the body? They may not believe that there is an inner person and that its upbringing is a matter of human life. Instead, they often want everything here and now. Let's look at the example of Steve Jobs. He wanted the best product, the best technology, and he made it. Then he got exiled, and this gave him the freedom to get even more amazing things, including love and a family. And then he got sickness and death. What did he end up with? His lesson, which he passed on to others shortly before his death: live like the first and last day, as if you had nothing, and at the same time had everything you need. Put love at the basis of what you do, and get a love that never dies. We see that the path to wealth is never straight and linear, but it is always a pulsation from plus to minus and back, because everything contains the energy of a living person, and the energy tends to pulsate. Invest it correctly when the charge is accumulated. Move forward and just leave surviving when the charge is depleted, until the next impulse. Have time to get yours in all ways. Anyway, this is competence. So what do you want to get? Every day, in fact, should bring some value to any person, in accordance with his or her understanding of what is valuable to them. No one else can fully rightly judge whether a value is a value. Having learned the algorithm of the winner on his own, any person implements this algorithm every day, every week, month, year, life. We all learn from each other and participate in the process of getting what each of us is going to get in the end. To get the best, be the best version of yourself.